everybody, and welcome back to the Empire Let's Plays series. Between episodes, I've been doing a little bit of trading with the villagers over here, and I got a few cool things. So the main thing I was looking for was name tags, and I've gotten 4 name tags so far, which will be great for naming our horses. I got a globe banner pattern, which I've not gotten yet. I got a Trial Explorer map, and an Ocean Explorer map. I've only leveled up a couple of the villagers, but it's working out pretty well. At some point, we will move all of this stuff over to our storage facility, but today what I want to do is, 1, grab a couple more horses. I know there's a few of them wandering around in this kind of neck of the woods. And then the other thing I want to do is start working our way over to the Mesa. My mod pack got an update, but this somehow feels worse. So I think there's one horse. It's just sort of down in the bottom of the valley over here. Yep, there it is. I think there's also a couple of other horses up here on the ridge. Let's go ahead and head back to the stable. We'll tie up Carbon, and then we'll go grab that horse down on the bottom of the valley and see if we can round up a couple of those other horses up on the ridge. A little later in the episode, I want to talk a bit about future plans for the series and for the channel. I also want to talk a little bit about what we're going to do over in the Mesa. I think I have a lead over here. I do. I actually have a couple. Let's grab them both. Let's go ahead and walk our way out here and see what we can find. If you join me on the live stream on Saturday, you probably heard me complaining about my wrists. I'm getting a little bit of the either carpal tunnel or the tendonitis, something, but it's real annoying, and I just can't play for very long without feeling kind of achy. There's a cat up on the cliff there. There's a dungeon right there. What kind of dungeon is it? Zombies. Anything good? Some horse armor. A record. A name tag. I'll take that. Of course, the sun is now going down, and I am out in the middle of nowhere. I think I might have a bed in my ender chest. See if I can do this. I do. Everything is going to be okay. Oh, there's another horse. Oh, there's our friends. Another horse. And another horse. And another horse. Who's this guy? Okay, let's take these 2 back. These guys are still waiting for me. These 2 look like the same type of horse, all gray. And I don't think I've seen an all-gray horse yet. So those 2 are new. All right, we got a couple of different types of white spots, and then we've got a couple of gray with white ankles. No, this is just terrible. Hang on. Okay, I'm turning off the better animations just because they're not better right now. Let's see if we can get down here safely and go get that horse. Hello, horse. Well, I definitely see another horse up there. Well, looky here. A white horse. Or maybe a very light gray horse with white spots. Boy, oh boy. Those are two of the fightiest horses I've ever run into. All right, we'll have to come back for this horse. So we do have one that's sort of this chestnut color with gray hooves already, but we have not found a white horse yet, so that's pretty exciting. And join me on the next live stream. We'll do a little bit of horse testing and see if any of these horses are any faster than the horses we've found so far. But for today, let's turn our attention to the Mesa. Let's quickly drop off some of our goodies here at the storage facility. And let's run over to the map library and drop off a few of these maps. So we have got an Ocean Explorer map. Put that up here. And then I've got a whole bunch of the Trial Explorer maps because I needed to trade with them to get to the next level. So these are all just repeats of this. I wonder if we've found that one yet. Let's go ahead and put it up here. At some point, it might be kind of fun to fill out all these maps as well. And speaking of maps, we have got down into the desert and we built the road all the way down to Blakey. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out here to the Mesa Village, kind of scope things out, see what we want to do as far as a plan, and then maybe figure out how in the world we're going to get the road from here to there. So anyway, I was talking about my hand, like my carpal tunnel or my tendonitis or whatever it is. Just been kind of stretching, before and after playing with the computer. Just kind of taking it easy. And it's weird. It's happened before, and I don't know. It's not like I'm playing more or I'm on the computer more at work or anything like that. It's just sometimes after a while, my hand will just feel kind of achy and stiff, and it's got to baby it or else it just never seems to go away. No fun. The weather's definitely changing too. It's not summertime anymore. It's definitely moving more into fall, and I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or what, but it is definitely annoying. Since we have some water to cross, I think what we're going to do is bring our horse down to the dock, tie him up, and then just take a boat over toward the mesa. So the other thing I talked about on the live stream is what's next. So I think we will probably get up to about 100 episodes in this series. We'll connect a few more villages, fill out more of our map, and then I kind of want to move on to a new series. And I think it's really going to depend on what comes out at Minecraft Live. Minecraft Live, they will talk about the copper drop and when that's going to come out, and they'll probably also tell us what's going to be in the next drop. And depending on what that is, I think that might inform what's next. If it's a new biome or something really interesting like that, I'm definitely going to want to explore that. And I was thinking also about the idea of an SMP. I used to play on an SMP, and it was a really cool experience to play with other people. So, if you have ideas for other creators that might be good in an SMP, creators who are of a similar size to my channel. Hello, Enderman. Or if you know of an SMP that's like looking for players, again, definitely want it to be similar caliber, channels that have been around for a while, not gigantic and have millions of followers, but, people who've been doing it for a while. Well, here we are, Mesa Village. Right up there where that torch is, I remember that we had a spider spawner. And then we've got a few buildings here. I think somewhere I locked up a couple of the villagers to keep them safe. A few cats wandering around. Some warm pigs. Yeah, that's where we have the villagers. Look how high up this goes. It goes like way over there. Hello, camel. Hello, mine shaft. Oh, glowberries. Name tag, I'll take that. More cats. Are there like 3 cats up here? Cat 1, cat 2, cat 3. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to remove most of these buildings here, and definitely these buildings up here. And then what I want to do is build into the side of the mesa. I want it to look a little bit like maybe like a fortress, like an old keep or a castle. And as far as materials, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But first things first, we've got a little bit of work to do around here. Well, this is a pretty chaotic scene. Just a lot of villagers wandering around without any houses. I've been putting all of our materials in here. I still have these 2 buildings with the villagers locked up. I went ahead and saved the fountain just in case we want to repurpose that. So I think the next thing to do is kind of figure out where the front of the village is going to be, so that I can then figure out where the road is going to go. A lot of dangerous stuff here. So spiders, I can see them right there. What do we got here? Creepers, great. Yeah, might want to get some of these cats standing guard, because that's not great either. So back over here where the tunnel enters the desert, I think I've decided right here is where the road is going to break off. So here's our original road that goes off to Blakey down there, and then we will have a intersection here that will go off in this direction. And this will continue pretty much straight ahead. Like we might climb up a little bit here. And then I think what I want to do is go under this little situation here. It's sort of interesting. A little bit dark here, so there's apparently mobs spawning. Not great. And then maybe we'll zig over a little bit. Kind of follow this natural point out here. and then maybe cross at this narrow spot here. Right? So we'll come across like so. And then from here, we could probably just go straight across. Okay, we probably want to avoid this. And come across here. And potentially just cross right here. So if this is where the bridge is going to attach across that, then we could do just a nice slight diagonal like this. Probably just head right into this space. So I think this is pretty much going to be the center of the village. I don't know how big this thing is going to be. It'll probably have a pretty good looking facade, but once we're inside the mountain, I'm not sure how tall it needs to be or how deep it should go. I think we'll kind of figure that out organically. Potentially, we will end up with a lot of interesting materials, and potentially we'll run into lots of mobs, depending on where we intersect with some of the mine shafts. We'll probably need to go through some of those mine shafts and disable some spawners or light some things up, just so we don't get attacked by mobs all the time. What I think might be kind of fun is to have a really colorful subterranean village, but have the exterior be made out of blackstone. That way, it'll be interesting inside, but outside it'll look very old and broken and foreboding, and I just think that would be a neat contrast. And the blackstone amongst all the terracotta, that would just be really kind of interesting and spooky looking. So that's what we'll do. We'll dig this out, figure out our village design. We'll go through, light up some of the caves and mine shafts, and then we'll head into the nether and mine a bunch of blackstone. Just as a quick aside, I figured out that I updated the mods, but I forgot to update the resource pack. So now my better animations are better once again. Between episodes, I'm going to think a little bit about the layout of this village, and next episode, we'll round up some blackstone and get to work on building it. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join down below or scan the code on the screen. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.